Hello everyone, this is Autumn the Coin Skirt Stitcher. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing okay myself. I'm here to do kind of an update. It's been a while since I've been on and made a video on Flosstube. I think like before Thanksgiving. So yeah, it's been like almost a month. So I've been doing lots of stitching and I thought, well, I better make a video before I have too much to show. So here I am. I'm going to go ahead and do an update today. So how's everyone doing? I hope you're having a good month so far. It's been kind of a stressful, hectic month, and a lot of unexpected drama has occurred, and yeah, I've been kind of emotionally rocky lately, if that makes any sense. I just kind of, my emotions are all over the place lately. So, but that's okay. I am very grateful I have my stitching to help me cope with life drama, and I'm really grateful to have that hobby just to kind of get me through. So anyway, enough about life. So anyway, I think I will go ahead and show you my whips and things I've been working on. So hold on just a moment. Okay, I had to kind of go through my notes and see where I left you guys last time in my last video and what I was working on. Since you guys last seen me, I've had quite a bit of finishes, which I will get to in a little bit. So, but my next whip that I worked on, I think last time I showed you guys, was Nora Corbett's Snapdragon Fairy. I had a goal for this, so that I wanted to, let me back up there. This was a new start in October, and I had a finishing goal that I wanted to, a finishing stopping point goal I wanted to get to before I put this away. And that was to finish up her wings here. So I did meet that goal. This is a 16 count Crystal Bashful by Picture Disc Plus. And I am using the called for colors. And I did finish her wings. And oh my goodness, it's so pretty. It's been like a week or two since I've seen this. I pulled it out and it's just still so pretty. So I love this design, and I really hope I'm going to be able to get a chance to pull it out in the winter months. Okay, the next piece I got to, I forget when I worked on it. It's been a couple of weeks though, but my next one I worked on was Rainbow Trails. This is my oldest whip. I actually figured out today how old this is. I think I started it in May of 2015. So, yeah, she's quite old. I need to get her finished by next year. But, here she is. Oops, I still have the needle and thread in there. Last time, you guys saw it, I had just a little bit of this, I think to this point, of the yellow done. And since then, I've worked up to here. And I'm planning on pulling this out probably the last week of December, and I'm going to finish up to here. And then that will finish up my goal for this year of this piece. And then I will most likely pull this out. I'm going to be pulling this out. Not most likely. I will be pulling this out in January. And I will be giving it at least 2 weeks of stitching time. So, Okay, on December 1st, we had a snow day, which means we got lots of snow, at least for around here. And I have a winter weather project that I pull out when it's snowing or really just yucky weather that just kind of reminds me of winter. And that's this piece here. This is Ursula Michaels. I believe it's called Snow Days, and it's from a November, I think 2013 cross stitch and needlework magazine. I forgot to grab the magazine with me before I came in, but I know it's by Ursula Michaels. And see, I got down. Oh, I have a hard time seeing it backwards. See, I got holidays done, and I love snowflakes and fluffy done during that day. And this is mostly back stitching, and so yeah. And I'm kind of tempted, like maybe I want to try to finish this by the end of the year, so I might pull it out again for a couple of more days, even if it's not winter weather. So we shall see. Okay, the next thing I worked on was a Gold Collections Dimensions kit. Oh, and it's petites. This is Christmas Pets. This was actually a restart for me. I started this, I'm going to say 2016, but I didn't like the fabric that came with the kit. It was about the size of this paper, and I just really felt it was too small for the design. If I was going to like frame it or something, so I pulled out some 14 count white Aida that I had on hand, and I restarted it. And this is the little kitten's face. So I worked on this for I think maybe two days, and I haven't had a chance to pull it out again. But hopefully I will before the end of the month. I would like to pull this out again and work a little bit more on the kitten. It is such an adorable piece, and I love it. So. Hey, I'm back again. Anyway, the next thing I picked up was an ornament from this little booklet that I got from a Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. I forget which issue it was. But anyway, it has a bunch of Joan Elliott's designs in it. And I am working on a little teddy bear. I would show you the piece, but it's just the pattern. There's no picture of it. I actually stitched this bear once, but I made it into an ornament and I sent it off to a friend, and I really just love this little bear, so I am stitching it again for myself and for our tree. And I will probably be putting it on a little star, a little ornament star that I have, which I'll probably show to you guys here in a few minutes when I get into not stitching, but finishes. So yes, and these stitch up really quick. I can finish it in a day or two at most. So, all right, the next thing I have to show you is a new start. I talked about this a little bit in my last video, that I was debating if I really wanted to start it, and I couldn't resist the temptation of starting it. So I started Joan Elliott's Christmas Chores. This is such an adorable piece. I love working on it. And I'm just having so much fun with it. So I will go ahead and show you. Got that one so far. Gotten the middle tree mostly done, other than just the little sign that says joy in the middle. This is on 18 count beige Aida. It might not have been the right choice for it, because it's the stitch is a little small for the thread, but I could have used 14 count. I did have a white piece of 14 count fabric that was big enough for this piece, but I really just love the beige with the colors, so I just decided this was it, and I am enjoying it. It's just taking, since it's a smaller count fabric, it is a little hard for me to see sometimes, so I am having to wear my glasses when I stitch on it, so it's a little slow. But I do love the coverage of it, and I do love the color. So I am really excited about this piece, and I will be working on it for the rest of this month. So you probably might have noticed that there is one piece I haven't had a chance to work on yet, and that was Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus by Joan Elliott. I hope I will get around to working on that piece sometime this month, before the end of December, even just for a day. I've been just kind of swamped with other things, and I'm actually working on a secret Christmas present for my daughter. She has discovered my videos, so I am not going to be showing what it is I'm working on right now. So that whip has kind of replaced Mr. and Mrs. Claus. So we shall see if I get around to it. So hopefully I will, because it is such a cute and a beautiful piece. For the next part, I am going to be trying to showing you my finishes. So I might be picking up the camera and or maybe I should just bring things to you. That might be a little bit easier. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and gather up my finishes, and we'll show you what I've been finishing up. Okay, I have quite a bit to show. And I don't have my coin skirt with me today. It's packed away. I forgot to bring it out, so just do a mental jingle. In your mind. So anyway, I've been on a fishing FFOing kit, and I've been making lots of pillows. That's pretty much I think when I finish cross stitch into a fully finished object, making pillows is kind of what I'm good at. I tried making flat ornaments and other framing and stuff, and it just never really turns out the way I want it to. So this time I just decided I'm going to just take all these pieces and I'm just going to make little pillow and little pillow ornaments, and it's worked out well for me. Excuse me. I might need to pause for a moment and go get something to drink. I'm really thirsty. That is better. I really needed something to drink. I was getting scratchy throat. So anyway, this was one of my first finishes. I finished probably a few days after my Thanksgiving Flosstube video. And this is the Diner by Little House Needleworks. I almost forgot. Anyway, I made it to a little pillow. I added the snowflake, like little embellishments instead of stitching snowflakes, because the white wasn't really showing up well, because this is Oatmeal Ada. And this is the back. Little plaid, green plaid. So it turned out really cute, and I have it sitting on a little shelf with some snowmen, and then just kind of displayed there with other little pillows. And the next one, I finished this in January this year. This is Leslie Tier's Sunbonnet Sue. It was a sale she had going on this year. And I stitched 3 of them, and then I kind of got burnt out, and I just kind of stopped stitching. But it's, oh, I forgot to also mention, it is a free sale. If you go on to her Facebook group, she does have these patterns available until the end of the month. And I gathered them all up because eventually I would like to finish them all. And this is some this lime green kind of plaid fabric. So it's so cute. I'm actually debating if I want to add a little string for it to either hang on the Christmas tree, or I've been kind of having it displayed. But I can also just put it on the Christmas tree. I've been doing a few of them where I'm just setting them up on the branches, and because I can do that with my tree and it doesn't fall down. So I don't really need to sew any thread on. Okay, which one from the pile next? Okay, here we go. This is another little one I did. This was a Lizzie Kate scissor fob kit, which I've already passed along, that I found at a thrift store, but there was more to the design. They had some houses up above it, but I only stitched the winter part because that's what I liked the most, with its little cute snowflake button. And I think I did this in either December of last year or January. So anyway, it's so cute. I love how petite it is, and it's on even weave, and it's a little. I just love it. It's just so cute and tiny. I love the way it turns out. Okay, next. Oh, let's do one that is not Christmas. This was a freebie from Hands On Design, Kathy Haberman. I think I'm saying her name right. I'm sorry if I did mess it up. Anyway, again, I made this into a little pillow. It says Farm Fresh. I did add, when I pulled this back out to finish it, I noticed that I was having a hard time seeing the eggs, basically because of the white. And this is a very pale blue. So I just backstitched the eggs a little bit, and just some blue plaid fabric. You guys, it's like, is that all the fabric you had? Pretty much. I went to the thrift store, and I got yards of this fabric for like $1, and so I was like, well, I might as well just use it. So instead of going out and buying new fabric, and I think it works well for what I did. My next one, excuse me, I might need to go get some more water to drink. This is one I finished. Did I finish it last time I made a video? I think I did. Yeah, anyway, so this is a little, I need to go get something to drink. I'm sorry, you guys. That's better. I don't know. I think maybe it's the cold weather. It's been cold here lately, so I've been getting very scratchy throat. So, yeah. I guess I just need to drink some more tea. Something warm to drink. Anyway, this was Dear Santa. This was a holiday time kit. I've already passed the chart along to a stitchy friend. So anyway, I was going to finish it up on a little craft store mailbox, but the one I got, I was having a hard time like forming it around the little mailbox, and I just decided I didn't really like the way it was turning out. So I I thought a pillow would turn out better, and I really do like the way it turns out. And the plaid matches her little plaid pants perfectly, and that's the back. And I have this displayed with my other little pillows, so I'm pleased with that. Okay. This one is a Joan Elliott's Colorful Critters. I think that's the name of the design. I finished 3 or 4 of these, and this was the January one I finished last year, and I made it into a little ornament. And I did have January stitched on the bottom there, but I decided I didn't really like that, so I took it off. And now I can display it in December and January too if I wanted to. And that's the back. The back's kind of not the best, because originally I just made it a pillow, and I was like, well, I don't really like just like that, so I wanted a little bit more color, so I added this to it. And it most likely can hang like on the door or something. So I really love it. It's so sweet. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I told you guys I have a lot. Okay, this was a new start and a finish since the last time I saw you guys. And this is Casey's Barbonalio. I am saying her name wrong. I'm sorry. Anyway, this was a freebie that was on her website, I believe, a few years ago. I don't think it's on there anymore. This is chocolate covered cherries. And I finished it into a little pillow. I did debate adding like some string or ribbon, but I decided I wanted to be able to display it maybe like in February too, because it kind of, I could see this being kind of a February decoration for Valentine's Day too. And I used some red felt for the back. Why I chose to stitch this piece is because every Christmas, usually my family gives me a box of chocolate cherries for a Christmas present because I love chocolate cherries. And if you guys know in the past, I have stitched Black Forest cake, which is chocolate and cherry cake. And that's also one of my favorites. It's I love chocolate and cherries. That's just one of my favorite flavors in the world. So I thought that would be perfect for displaying this time of year too. And actually, we did get a box of cherries earlier. I would like to say I ate it all, but actually my daughter got to most of them before me. But they were still very good, and I don't mind sharing. Excuse me. Next one is also a start and a finish. This was a Lizzie Kate's freebie. I think you can still get it on her website. And it's Cozy Christmas Wishes. I can't speak. And I did it on red 14 count Aida, and I just picked and chose Fred from my stash, and I used the same green plaid. And I added a little bow to the corner here, which is kind of wibbly wobbly. I think I need to sew it on there a little bit better. My hot glue gun is out of commission. Oh well. And then I added a snowflake embellishment to that piece. And it does have cookies on there. It's kind of hard to see. So I love that one. Okay, I think that's all for the pillows. Now I have a few star ornaments I would like to show. I stitched, this was a new start and finish. That was from the Joan Elliott book I showed earlier. Oh, that star is a little wobbly. And I got these stars at the dollar store, and I just thought they were perfect for this. It just adds in the shimmer, and I thought it really pretty. So I got 2 packages of it, and I've already used one for different ornaments and giving away. So, and a few for my tree. I'm hopefully be able to stitch more from this size little pictures from that book and make more of these ornaments and have a little set. And next, this one was my daughter's horse that I stitched for her in October for her Christmas ornament, and she got this the day we put up the tree. And this is pattern's called Hey Girl from Stitch Bucket on Etsy. And I was going to make it into a little pillow, but my daughter saw these stars and she loved the stars. And she figured out this design. So it wasn't too much of a surprise, but I did surprise her by putting it on the star because she wasn't expecting me to do that. But I did, I know she loved the star, and I thought that would look good, and she would like that. So, okay, I think that's it. I think that's all my finishes. So, if you hold on real quick, I have a few other little things I want to show you. And then I think also I talk a little bit about 2019 stitching plans. Okay, I have a few random acts of kindness I would like to show from different friends, stitchy friends that have sent me things. Excuse me. This is a ornament. I'm not going to mention names. I was in an ornament exchange in a Facebook group, and someone sent me this, and it's really cute. It says joy, and I have that hanging out on my tree, and I actually have it hanging near my Winnie the Pooh ornament that I have on the tree, and I thought Winnie the Pooh might enjoy that because it kind of looks like a pot of honey, and I know a pot of honey brings him joy. So that's a really cute piece, and it's very special. Next, I got a card because I'm part of a cross-stitch card exchange group, and this is so sweet, and I have it displayed near my candy bowl. I thought that would be cute there. Next, another friend sent me this beautiful card. There's such a sweet message inside. Thank you. She also sent me, oh, let me take it out of the plastic bag. Yes, I've already opened it. I was too curious. I was actually trying to decide if I wanted to start it now or not. This is a Dimensions Kit ornament. And it's called, does it have a little name? Snowman with Sweets ornament. Anyway, I was going to start this, but I decided once I'm finished with my other snowman I'm working on by Ursula Michaels, this is going to be my winter weather project. So, it's so cute. And she also sent me this design by Plum Street Samplers, Kringle and Woodland. Isn't that adorable? So I need to get some fabric for this, but I hopefully be able to start that sometime next year. So that is so cute. Thank you, everyone. Okay, what else do I need to show? I was at a secondhand store. It's a local one here that helps the local rescue animal shelter. So, and I found this Dimensions kit called Winter Outing, and I got this for $1. Isn't that pretty? I have a few of these Dimensions kits, and I would like to start them, but I'm trying to start small and trying to get used to the way they their instructions are, because Dimensions kits, they ask for different threads and different half stitches, and you know, I'm sorry, different thread count, like you use 1 or 2 or 3. And so I'm just starting small before I start something big with a Dimensions kit. That way I get used to how they do things. So that's why I decided to work on Christmas morning pets a little bit more before I start a big one. So anyway, now let's talk a little bit about 2019 plans. I had a stitchy friend ask me probably last week what my plans were, and at that point I really didn't have anything planned, because I'm kind of one of those stitchers that just, I stitch what I want when I want to stitch it, and I really have a hard time sticking to a plan. I do try to have a couple of whips going during the month. I try to like monthly plan a little bit about what I'm going to work on in the next month to maybe about 4 or 5 whips. But other than that, I really just kind of am, I stitch what I want to stitch when I want to stitch it kind of person. So, but I have been thinking a little bit about some kind of plan for next year. And this is more to do with circumstances and weather and where I live. Last year in California and Oregon and Washington and pretty much those states had really bad fires. And it was in the summer months, and during that time the smoke was so bad I couldn't hardly see, and my eyes were watering so bad. I had to stick with very simple projects that were blocks of color and larger patterns to read, like something like Lizzie Kate's. So I was thinking, well, that gives me about 6 months before fires start happening again. I hate sounding like that. I would like to be optimistic and say it's not going to happen. But in the area where I am, it's a serious drought, and even now we're not getting the normal winter weather we usually get, and it's very dry. And so that unfortunately means forest fires. So my plan is pretty much to be pulling out my larger projects during the winter months, which is like rainbow trails. I really want to concentrate on that one as my big one I want to try to finish. And then like Snapdragon Fairy by Nora Corbett, Rose Lady by Joan Elliott, and whatever other pieces I have. But I want to see more progress on those bigger pieces during the winter months. And then when summer happens, and if we're unfortunate enough to have forest fires and it's smoky again, I will be pulling out ornament designs, and simple patterns that are very easy to read. And if I'm able to stitch, I will, even if my eyes are even watering and I'm able to stitch, I will work on things like that. And then and then in October, in those months, I will start doing more holiday seasonal stitching. Yeah, so those are my kind of plans. I mean, I'm not going to be doing any restrictions or anything like that, other than a stitch from stash kind of thing, where I'm on Facebook, the Facebook group, and I have a $25 a month budget, and that's about it. Okay, and I also like to mention, I think this has been a very good year for me for finishes. I think I'm close to 40 finishes, and this is one of my better years. Most of them are smalls, but that's okay. I think that's really great that I've been able to finish that much. So anyway, I think that's all I have to talk about today. I hopefully will be able to come back on probably by the end of the month, I'm hoping. So take care, everyone. Happy holidays, and I shall see you later on. Happy stitching. Take care.